Welcome to another episode of 10 Intentional Minutes with Janine. Thank you for subscribing. If you are enjoying these podcasts, please share it with a friend and also help them to understand the world of leadership, marketing, Web3, AI, and we can just go on. If you've read my book, you will know that I speak about 10 intentional truths for your life. That includes business, that includes finances, it includes leadership and even spiritual. So tune into these episodes, subscribe, share it with a friend so that you can get the most out of your life. Today, I am honored to be joined by Felicia. She is a digital and Web3 marketer, and I want to speak about this thing of AI. I want to speak about Web3 because it's confusing for most people and it's really, really scaring people. And we want to just take the fear out of it and help them to understand that it is not as scary as what people make it. And we will do so today by just going one step back. So welcome, Felicia. It's really great of you to join us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Janine. I'm super excited to share points from a digital marketing perspective. I think we're going to have a lot of fun talking about the different points today.
Absolutely. So before we get started, I just want to paint a little picture here for people to understand. When we started with marketing, we started with traditional marketing. Yes. Then we moved over to digital marketing, or otherwise known as Web2. And now we are moving into the next phase of marketing, which is going to be Web3. Now, with traditional marketing, we were talking about our business cards, our pamphlets, brochures, branded caps, clothing, everything that you can physically touch, simple as that you can put your logo on. Then we moved into digital marketing. And that was when the likes of social media came out, and we started blogging, we started creating content and social media, and it's been great, right? But now we're about to take it one step further. So before we do that, one more thing that we need to remember is that traditional marketing is not out of the picture. Traditional marketing serves its purpose, and that is to create awareness, right? Digital marketing will also not be out of the picture once we head into Web3, because again, it serves a purpose, and that is with that interest that you've created, now you want action to take place. And then for me, the purpose of Web3 is going to be the building of communities. Now that really, really excites me. And again, because none of them are out the door, when you use all of them together and they are actually meant to coexist, your result of your marketing and your sales will be so much better. So Felicia, maybe kick us off with I want to say, very old principle of the 4 P's of marketing and help us to understand how we can apply that to the marketing or to the marketplace of marketing.
So most of us marketers know the 4 P's of marketing, which is your product, your place, your promotion, and product. And in the digital space, which we currently at, these principles were applied to your online offerings, your services, your e-commerce, especially with your websites. And digital marketers needed to tailor their products and make sure that what they're offering would reach the correct target audience. So this with the price, and then making sure with the place, where are you putting your ad? Are you using Facebook ads? Are you using Google ads? Or are you boosting your ads and so forth, which is a whole other topic on its own. But you were using the traditional marketing, which is the 4 P's, and you moved it over to the digital space. And you needed to make sure where you were putting your content online. Now we're moving to, as here at JDC, we like to say, a twist on things, and we're adding a 5th P, which isn't a P, but it's community, which leads us into the Web3 marketing space, which is really exciting because it's creating communities of like-minded thinkers. So it's not like you're just you're putting information out and you're hoping you get your target audience. You're creating a community of people who think like you, who talk like you, and you guys are working together to achieve goals. So I think it's very exciting for marketers because you would be having to create a community of people who who are wanting to reach the same goals as you, and you're going to have a better turnaround time with your ads, your brand, your product, and your service offering.
Absolutely. And I think you said it, the fifth P of Web3 marketing is going to be people. That's exactly what it's going to
Yes,
be.
the
It's
future
about
is people.
community. Yeah, the future is people. I know people say the future is AI, but I honestly disagree with that. The future is human. The future is about people. The future is going to be about communities. That's why we are, you see, what's happening is the fear of AI taking over is actually causing people to pull together. I love that, so that's what's happening even in the marketing space, is people want to relate to people that think the same, do the same things. I mean, if you look at the gaming world, it's exactly what happens and what's happening, and the likes of the NFTs. And, when we were younger, Felicia, we used to have collectibles, right? We opened up what we call the Simba Chippy packet, and inside there was a collectible, right? You used to get it, I
Yes, you're
think, at the engine garage. But you looked forward to going to that garage, buying that packet of chips and opening it up, and there's something inside for you. What we've done is it's still the same type of principle. It is only digital now. And with that collectible comes an advantage or a benefit that you get above everybody else. And that is basically what we're going to be promoting with Web3. We're building communities, we're still selling products, but to people who are like-minded. So how can a community now leverage from digital marketing going forward?
I would say it would be so let's start from our social media platforms and stuff. So you can create forums, you can create social media groups. I know I'm part of a lot of WhatsApp groups. It's a way of creating community. I know Telegram is a fantastic platform as well to create that community, even Facebook groups. It's just to create a space where you can connect and share ideas. I also know you can also bring in influencers. There's a big trend now moving away from big influencers, going back to your micro influencers, because the micro influencers have community. They have followers who are following with you and engaging with those people's content. So that's a start of creating a community of like-minded thinkers. And then as that grows, you can get a wider audience. So you start small, create those small groups, and then slowly people will share that. Listen, I belong to this group. They're sharing great ideas. It can influence you. It can improve whatever work you type
and
of doing.
And it adds value.
It does.
Those groups add value.
If you're part of a group that's on trend with AI, so I'm joining a lot of groups that are speaking about AI and Web3 marketing. So even joining a podcast community and subscribing, you're part of a subscription of a community who are like-minded thinkers. So I know that you use Substack, which is a lovely way of subscribing and becoming part of a community and hearing those amazing ideas and keeping on top of trends.
That's it. And how will the fifth P of marketing, which is people, now relate to the other four Ps that we used to work with? Because we said that nothing is falling away. We're simply building on top of it. So how will the fifth P now relate to the other four Ps?
So with the fifth P, it's got the strong community. And what happens with that is you're going to have great product development. It'll be able to give you better, faster feedback on pricing strategies, and it'll add as an advocate for your brand promotions. So you're going to have a faster, quicker, engaging result on your brand, on your product, or even on your pricing. I think as marketers, if you could quickly see a marketing strategy, how quickly it has an effect on how many people are buying stuff, it's fantastic. And it's going to build trust. That trust, I think, brands are going to have more buy-in in terms of trust from their clients or their clientele.
Exactly. And what I like about the Web3 communities, right? And you said it, and this is also the reason why influencers are kind of dying down now, or the hype about it is dying down, because they don't want to no longer hear from one person. They want to hear from a group of people. So I always say that, and I've said it from the beginning, I love influencers and there's a role for all of them, but people are not looking right now for influencers. They are looking for people who's making impact. And if your community is making an impact, then they want to be part of that community, whether it's an impact in your business, whether it's an impact in just your, let's say your personal growth. It doesn't matter, career growth. Does that make an impact to you? You know, because on your business, that's what people want to belong to. And that creates, when we move from influencers to people who make impact, we not only have fans and followers now, but we become ourselves and we create super fans. And that's what's going to happen with Web3. It's going to be super fast. You're going to sell products super easy, super fast to like a much bigger community than what you were selling it to now.
And also most elite, it'll be very specialized in terms of
Yeah.
your audience. So people who love your product will quickly get it. They'll know about it quicker and they're going to buy on it already. So I think that's really, really exciting.
Yeah. So let's just take this together and make a summary quickly for people, because it's so easy for us to run away with this because we get so excited about this. There's so much new information. We see the opportunity. When we look at digital marketing versus Web3, we are moving away from groups, I want to say, and we're forming communities. The groups are great, but there was no personal connection. Where now, when we're moving into community, the groups becomes personal and it's called a community. People will always buy from people. We spoke in a different podcast when we were speaking about web designers that people buy from people. People don't want to speak to a bot. They still want to speak to people. And that's why this demand came up for communities, because people, they don't like AI. Yet they're all going to be using it. And most people are already using it. They don't even know about it. You know, so people buy from people. We're moving from groups to communities because we need that personal interaction as people. We still buy from them. Web3 is about community, about growth. We're going to grow super fast. Businesses are going to do so much better. Your brand is going to expand so much easier. So there's really so much positive things that goes along with it. It's just about, and I say it all the time, we need to speak about these things over and over so that it becomes the norm, like everything else is to us at this point in time. So Felicia, maybe you can tell me, how can we now, we know that community is important. How do we measure the success of this community that we have?
I would say that it would be done, well, currently, as we move into the Web3, would be through your engagement rates, your follower growth, the sentiment analysis. Is like, how are people actually engaging with your content? Because let's be honest, a like doesn't mean much anymore. Is who's taking the time to comment, and not just any comment, engaging content. So like, are you as a person putting information out there, are you putting out stuff that people want to engage with? Don't just, there's so much information now, there's going to be even more information going out. So we need to, as marketers, we need to make sure that the content is something someone wants to engage with. And another one is focus groups and creating, getting feedback from that and testing the different communities and the insights that you get from that. I think that would be really great. And really making sure you get the right target audience. You don't need to reach everyone. Make sure you're getting to your niche. What if it is a niche? Sometimes it's not a specific niche, but you can get into it and make sure it's engaging, because a picture on Instagram is not worth it anymore. So you're continually keeping up with trends, but make sure it's authentic. Like you've said, it's people. People buy from people. And I think a lot of us marketers forget that when we're selling marketing our services, we need put ourselves in front of the camera like I am now and sell our services, because this makes it real. I am a person, I can help you grow. And without the real person, you're going to be skipped over. A design is fantastic. Graphic design is amazing. And the AI opportunities, they are going to be fantastic. What's going to set us apart in the Web3 side is putting your face and engaging with your followers, your community, and start now. Start now, not next year. Start now. Start those small group. It is groups for now, but that is going to turn to a community. Be it 5, 10, those 5 can turn into 50 people in a few days. So it's going to grow, especially with the whole move of the decentralized social media sector. People are moving away from the traditional ways. So I definitely think Web3 marketing is the way to go if you're wanting to grow as a business.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be the way we think it is anymore.
Exactly. And if we go back to the 4 Ps, what we looked for there is that uniqueness, or what is value based, what is your value proposition, what sets you apart.
Exactly.
Don't forget the stuff that you've done with marketing up to now. What you're going to do is you're going to just build further. And that's why we talk about the 4 Ps, because we're still going to use those things. The place is just different. The place is now decentralized, and why we're just adding people. It's just, we're just adding people to it. And what we're going to do is you still need to find what makes you unique when it comes to Web3, but don't start from scratch. Just redefine your uniqueness, because that will bring significance. And you will see as we move into Web3, people want to see more value. They want to add value, but they want to see more value. So you need to redefine your uniqueness, because that's going to bring the significance. It's the value that you're going to add. So Felicia, we will speak more about this in part 2 of this podcast. And there we will kick off with how you can take now what you've learned with digital marketing and you implement that in your community and right back that way to say, now, how can I take this community and I can adapt it to my current digital marketing strategy? So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's awesome. And we look forward to part 2 of this podcast, so we can break it down for you in bite-sized bits so that you can chew on it. You are welcome to ask us questions, send us an email, reply on Substack, send us a message, and we can answer those questions for you in our next podcast.